Have you ever wondered what secrets lie beneath the flood? I'm not talking about Atlantis. I'm talking about something older, stranger, darker. Long before Noah built an ark, before the world drowned in 40 days of rain, there was a rebellion, not of men but of angels. They were called the Watchers, sent from the heavens to guide humanity. But instead of watching, they fell. Not in war, not in hate, but for love, for desire. And in doing so, they shattered the boundary between heaven and earth. Ancient texts that were hidden, banned, and buried tell us what really happened. In the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, and fragments older than Genesis itself, they speak of 200 angels who descended on Mount Hermon. And what they did changed the world forever. They took wives. They taught forbidden knowledge. They gave birth to giants, the Nephilim, who nearly destroyed the earth. This isn't just myth. It's a tale of lust, power, blood, and judgment. A divine scandal that echoes through every ancient culture and still haunts our imagination. So buckle in, because what you're about to hear is the story they didn't teach in Sunday school. This is the descent of the Watchers. And it all begins with a choice. The Watchers' descent, when heaven rebelled and earth trembled. In a time so ancient it slips between the cracks of memory, before the world was reshaped by water and wrath, there walked upon the earth those who were not born of it. They came not as invaders, but as watchers, celestial guardians appointed by the Most High to observe and protect the early children of humanity. They were called the Watchers Gregory in the Old Tongue. 200 in number, they descended from the heavens onto Mount Hermon, a towering peak in the north, cloaked in mystery and shadow. There, they made a solemn pact among themselves, swearing an oath in unison beneath the stars that none would turn back, that they would act as one. What they were about to do would tear the veil between heaven and earth. The Book of Enoch, an ancient text once revered by early followers and now sealed away from many modern eyes, tells the tale in harrowing detail. These angels, once radiant in glory, beheld the daughters of men, and lust took root in their hearts. They longed not only to walk among humans, but to become part of them. They desired wives, and they desired dominion. Semjaza, their leader, was the first to speak of the forbidden union. I fear, he confessed, that if I alone should act, I shall bear the guilt alone. So they bound themselves in mutual rebellion. And with that oath they fell. They took wives one after another. And in their union was born a monstrous generation, the Nephilim, giants of unimaginable strength and stature. Standing many cubits tall, their voices like thunder, their appetites unquenchable. They devoured the labor of men, the beasts of the field, and when nothing was left, they turned to flesh. Human flesh. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. 1 Enoch 7:5. But the Watchers did more than defile the sanctity of life, they corrupted its very essence. They brought forbidden knowledge to mankind. Mysteries that were not meant to be unveiled. Azazel taught the art of war, how to forge swords, knives, and shields. He taught women the art of seduction, the beautifying of the eyelids, the use of jewelry, the magic of enchantment. Armoros taught the resolving of enchantments. Barakel, the signs of the stars. Kokabel, the courses of the moon. The earth, once a garden, became a cauldron. Sorcery spread like wildfire. Blood soaked the soil. The balance of creation trembled. From the heavenly realms, the cries of the innocent rose like smoke. The archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Ariel looked upon the chaos with sorrow and fury. They brought word before the throne of God. See what Azazel has done, who has taught all unrighteousness on earth and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven. 1 Enoch 9:6. Then came the judgment. God, the Most High, issued his decree. The world would be cleansed. The Watchers were to be bound. The Nephilim destroyed. The earth would weep, but it would be restored. Raphael was sent to bind Azazel hand and foot, casting him into Dudiel, a desolate wasteland of jagged stones and burning fire. There he was buried beneath sharp rocks and darkness to await the final judgment. Semjaza and the rest of the Watchers were imprisoned in the deep places of the earth, beneath the mountains and oceans, in a shadow realm of chains and silence. Enoch writes that they will remain there for 70 generations until the day of judgment, when they will be cast into the abyss, a lake of fire that burns without end. Bind them for 70 generations under the hills of the earth until the day of their judgment, then they shall be led off to the abyss of fire. 1 Enoch 10:12-14. And so the flood came. not merely as punishment, but as purification. The heavens opened and the fountains of the deep burst forth. The world was washed clean, but not without cost. A remnant was saved, cradled in an ark. But the memory of the watchers, their fall, their lust, their secrets lingered in legend and in fear. To this day, whispers remain in the old texts and forbidden gospels. Some say the watchers still stir beneath the earth, dreaming in chains. Others claim their teachings never fully died, that traces of their sorcery survive in hidden scrolls, secret rites, and ancient bloodlines. What is certain is this: once heaven touched earth, and it nearly broke both. Subscribe, like, and share this video for more content. Thanks for watching.